Doing, people?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Uh, I've been hearing the Sandy Toes show, so I was gonna let her be the first to talk.
It was not.
All right. Uh, oh, you want to call them out, or you want me to call them out?
You can call them out today.
All right. Welcome in, Mullet Man. Have a good show tonight, Hoggy, Melissa, and Sandy Toes. All right, we'll try to. Uh, welcome in, Chris Everett. Quiet man, Curtis. He's the third one to say something on my side. There's the beautiful Melissa. Welcome in. Chris Everett. They've been talking up until Lisa Swain, catfishing lady. Come on in and grab a chair.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Marshall, what you doing out there in the chat? Real?
Acting like he wasn't here gas bagging.
He said, I'm gonna wait till y'all get ready to start the show and I'm gonna go down and chat. Nubby's catfishing, welcome in.
Hey, Nubby.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wabash Nate, welcome in.
Nate.
Catfishing with us. Chris, welcome in.
Welcome in.
And this is V under that name. Let's see. V. There's V right there.
V. You missed Shirley, though.
No, I had to go back up and get V. There's Shirley T. No, Shirley. I don't know. There's Shirley T. Welcome in, Shirley T.
Welcome in, Shirley.
There's Gigability. Let this bad storm go through. Okay, Gig. There's Uptown Chris Brown. Welcome in.
Welcome, sweetheart.
I'm
still scrolling.
I'm down at the bottom now. I got no more scroll to go.
I'm nearly there. There we go.
Well,
Mr. Ernie Brown. Welcome in, sir.
Ernie. You get out of the mud. All right. What's on the agenda tonight?
We were going to discuss a topic with Ed, but I think maybe we might hold off until he gets here.
No, he's here.
Is he? Where?
Yeah, in the basement. You want me to let him up?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Welcome in, Ed.
Good evening, everyone.
Fish
How you doing today?
Every day I wake up is a good day.
Amen, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where's your sidekick
at? Right here.
Now, where? I got a question for you.
True, false, or multiple choice?
A, did you lose the hat?
All of the above.
Me?
We didn't lose the hat. The hat's still with us.
She still has it. She's got it right there on her table next to her. So I'm sure she's going to be supporting it.
It looks good on her.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow is the 4th of July. So
Yep.
Well, technically today is the 4th of July.
today's the 3rd.
No,
Today's-
today's the 3rd.
Already a morning tea. Already halfway through the morning for the 4th.
Team Snag and Whiskers Dustin's in the house.
Then
Good evening,
That's-
Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
Catfish and Crappie, welcome
Hey,
in,
Boar.
Mr. Flathead. Oh,
everyone's smiling.
oh man. All right,
Lisa,
what?
why did you change your name? Sorry, that was just a rabbit hole for me.
What?
Lisa Swain, she changed her channel name. And my curiosity is just bursting. What's going on?
She don't like burrito no more?
No, apparently not. Since Ed's not out fishing, I'm sure he's kept his pants on. That was Lisa. That was not my own original idea.
Lisa would like to know.
Oh, what in the world? Mr. Tully, welcome in.
Mr. Tully. Okay. So today's discussion was, I've been seeing a trend in a lot of YouTube catfishing community channels where when they catch a cat that is 40, 50, 60 pound plus,
Welcome in, Grey Wolf.
it's becoming a bit of a trend to kind of like just wake them up and just have them on your shoulder, but they're only gripping the fish by the bottom jaw. There's no, like, so the head carapace sit on the shoulder, and then the rest of the fish is just hanging off the back, and they're just kind of hanging on with the bottom jaw. And my biggest thought was like, there's no support for the actual other half of the weight of that fish. And the strain that would put on their neck, their spine, and everything else. I was just like, what is an actual good way to hold up your fish when you have something that large?
What poundage are you talking?
Like you're 40, 50, 60 pounds plus, like your bigger size fish, where half the weight would be in the head, half the weight would be in the body. So you really do have to support both halves for that fish to feel, I don't have a word for it. Like,
You know what I hate seeing worse than that?
what's that?
The people that flop the fish over in the boat and rough with the fish while they're picking it up.
Mm.
But yeah, you bring up a good point. There should be a way that you hold them. Welcome in 73 and still fishing. And what's your idea on it, Ed?
Well, with large fish like that, I like to cradle them, meaning just like a baby, put it in your arm and still hold it out here, like his mouth is over here. So I got one hand in his mouth, but I cradle him so he's hanging over here. If you put him over your shoulder, flatheads like to poop a lot. Just ask Jody, she had one poop down her back. But the boat of my the floor of my boat is loaded with the crap from those fish because they're so big. And then even if you hold them, by the mouth and then hold them sideways so you can get the full picture of the head this way, and you're holding them there, then they droop over. So
yeah,
you're supporting them, but you don't want to hold them like that forever. I like to get them down, put them in a scale sling, because I don't like to hang them by a mouth because you can break their jaw, with the grippers.
Yeah.
Because it's so much weight on that grippers, you can put a hole right through the bottom of their mouth and it will break the jaw.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen, so that's why I don't do that. I put the bigger ones in a sling and weigh them, take a couple fast photos, and if I'm live, that's even better yet because I can show it real quick and then get it back in the water and release it.
And somebody will have a screenshot that they'll gladly send you.
Well, even
We
if they
can go
don't,
back.
I can always watch the replay and get
Yeah,
my own
yeah.
screenshot.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Mark from Catfish and Carp, he said, putting a big flathead on your shoulder is bad for the fish. They have no lower rib cage. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you're compressing the bottom. That's why they release their bowels too, because you're pressing on it.
Well, even sometimes if you hold them wrong this way, they'll.
Right.
I know.
I know you know. Miss Butterflies has been pooped on a couple of times.
Well, fortunately, not really. It always goes next to me,
Right.
but it's close. And it's just because of where I'm holding, I'm putting the pressure on them at the wrong spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Grey Wolf.
Welcome in, MI6.
This chat's flying. I cannot keep up.
Yeah, I hate to see somebody just catch a big flathead and it's so rough getting him in the boat. He beat on the side of the boat and then they flip his body over and just let him land in the boat. And imagine 70 pounds in the water. It doubles when you come out of the water.
Yep.
And so be gentle with them, man. That's my biggest gripe.
Yep.
That is my biggest gripe.
Welcome
I
in,
don't
Mark.
like to see. I don't like to see them release them and just throw them. Like
No, you want to revive them first.
Right.
instead of putting them down over the edge, and you see sometimes people just toss them. I don't like to
If
see
y'all
that.
haven't seen the what you all seen the big fish V caught, right?
Mm.
Watch Chris release it. That's the way you should release a big fish, in my opinion.
Right.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have respect for the fish.
Especially in the hotter temperatures, when the water temperature's really up, they fight hard. So it takes a lot out of them. And then when you get them in a boat and you weigh them and, you show them off, take a couple pictures, by the time you put him back in the water, he's really beat up. So you got to sit there and baby him and, just run him back and forth, get the water running through his gills. And a
Mhm.
lot of times I face the face of the fish upstream. So the water coming down, from the current is flushing through his gills and that helps him out. And I don't release him until he decides he wants to go. Then he's going on his own.
Right. Welcome in, Mike Sampson.
Hey,
If-
Zampy, how's it going, buddy?
Sampy?
That's what I was trying to say.
Ron,
Remember, Mark says it. Remember, fish has never felt his actual weight until pulled out of the water.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome in, Whiskers. Rhonda.
Good morning, small water charters.
Well, Chris.
Good evening, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Catfish with us just said holding fish by the gill plate drives them nuts as well.
I won't put my hands in the gill plates at all. I'll grab him by his lip and try and hold him up that way, but I'll never put my hands in his gills.
Right. Chris brings up another fact. Fish over anything over 18 to 20 pounds goes in a sling.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
And folks, if you can't afford a sling, I got many DIYs that I've done. You take for example the bags that you throw out the back of the boat. One, you could use a 5-gallon bucket. Number two, take one of your wife's grow bags, and they're a lot easier to handle. They're a lot easier, and they take up less room in your boat. Yeah, that's just.
I'm just thinking you could diver
in the net too, but you
A
know, you have to wait
pillowcase
a
or
net.
something.
You can use a net. Yeah. There's always alternatives if you look for them.
Right.
I know Jeff Beal uses a plastic shopping bag.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's,
He said you don't have to worry about weighing it or anything. It doesn't weigh anything. And yeah. So
I
that
can't imagine getting
A 40-pounder in there.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
you can have those shopping totes.
Yeah, you could.
How big is a tote gonna be?
Well, some of those
Well, you cut it in half
I have
and
some
then
shopping
use
totes that are
both
pretty
of the
wide.
hangers. Both of the handles, and
Yeah.
there you go.
Whiskers just brought up an idea. She said, if all else fails, carry a flexible tape measure. Measuring the fish, I've seen that done a few times. Is it accurate though?
They
It's
say it is.
They say it is within like a pound or 2 pounds.
yeah. I know that's the way. When you take a hog to the market, you get a rough idea of how much meat you're gonna get out of it. You take that formula, and there you go. You got the
I
weight
mean,
of
how
the
many
hog.
times do you see a cat come in and we all put our guesses in and then they weigh it and it's like woefully out of everybody's guess
Welcome in, Dallas.
because the
Well,
body and
a
the
lot
shape
of
of the fish
times with
doesn't match
that,
the weight.
it's the way they hold it for the camera. A lot of times
Yeah.
it looks way bigger than it is.
Yeah.
And in our
If they
case,
take a fish and hold it like this, that's towards my chest, it looks a lot smaller than if I did this.
Yeah.
Just, so if someone's taking a picture and their arms are stretched straight out, you know that fish is way out in front of them.
You're right there. It's length times.
But if you see my arms, they're always up against my chest, like when I'm holding the fish up. Well, most of the fish are too big for me to hold out there anyway. I wouldn't be able to do it.
right.
Yeah.
But it
Welcome in,
also decided sometimes by who's holding the fish. Because when I'm holding the fish, it looks way bigger than when he's holding the fish.
Well, you're only 4 foot tall.
Well, I'm
Don't
just
give me
saying. So it's
taking
like an
seat.
optical illusion.
Oh, wait, did you see what small water charter said? Don't give my picture taking secrets away. Oh, yep, that's right, Chris. You can use a net like a sling too.
Yeah.
How do you support the fish if it's heavier than you can lift?
Well, with Linda, I pick the fish up and I put it in her lap.
Yeah.
And she just holds it like that up against her. Slime and everything, she doesn't mind, you know what I mean? You can wash your clothes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then once she's done, then I'll take the fish off of her and I'll put it in the water to revive it.
What
Sometimes
about getting like
sometimes
in
she'll
and out
hang over
of
the
the
boat.
boat? What about in and out of the boat?
Well, coming in the boat, you got it in the net.
Right.
Get it in the net.
Yeah. Because you're with a current and a big fish flopping around like that, because he's going to be
And
fighting the whole time.
Yeah.
You're only going to get him in the net.
He's not going to be happy.
No, he's not.
If you're by yourself and you got a big fish on, it doesn't hurt to just motor up to the where you can get out and pick that fish up instead of
When
body.
I'm fishing in the boat by myself, I use a net all the time. The same as Pontoon Jody. She'll use a net when she's by herself too. For us to try to hold that fish next to the boat and break the anchor and motor, you're hurting that fish more because you're dragging them now.
That is true.
So I'll just
Have you
put them in
used
the
a
boat,
net
in the net, and take them from the net and put them right into a sling, and then he'll get weighed, and then I'll, show it to the camera, and then I'll put it in the water and revive it before I let it go.
Welcome in, Parker Pursuits.
Welcome in, Parker. Have you ever used a net to help you release a fish?
No,
No.
That's where I'm
I
wondering.
have with carp,
Welcome in, mullet man.
but I've never done it with a catfish because the carp that I fish from the bank and the bank only. And a lot of times I can't carry a lot of gear across the river because I have to wade across the river. So I'll use the net and I'll weigh it in the net and then I'll let it go from the net. So yeah, I do it for the carp, but not for the catfish.
Right.
Hey, Chris, welcome in.
Chris.
I'm just wondering how we go about educating because it's becoming a trend. I don't know why and I don't know how it started, but I've only started noticing it in the last 3-4 weeks, and it's becoming quite a thing. And I'm just not sure how to go about educating these people who love what they do. And you don't want to stop them, but you want to educate them on better practices, because I feel like the more it's not talked about, the more it'll continue. And then we're starting to kind of jeopardize the long-term health of these fish if they're getting pulled in. And yeah, they might be released, but the strain of that fight being picked up, weighed, tossed around, thrown back, like it's going to have some form of long-term effect on these bigger fish. I'm just not sure how to kind of go about the whole educating people that think they know what they're doing, but at the same time don't necessarily have the correct techniques.
Right.
I don't know what John's on about.
Well, I guess
You
it's
can't do any more than something like this. You know, you put it out there and you hope people see it and pass the word around. I mean, after the live, they can always come back if somebody says, "Hey, I saw a really interesting, show about, how to weigh, release, and whatever with the fish," and say it's Hog Lake's channel, and somebody that really cares can come in, watch it, and learn from that. There's I don't know how else you can really educate people other than passing it around mouth to mouth and shows like this.
welcome in all that fluff and stuff.
Hey, Fluff Girl. How you doing, Sweet Pea? She's my northern neighbor. She's up north. She's probably not even cold at this time of the winter.
That's right. Parker Pursuits. A sling helps spread the weight of a fish evenly, less stress.
Yeah. Someone else came in just before too.
Yeah.
Jerry. Welcome in, Jerry. Chat is flying. Don't be sticky beak in your jumper and your double pluggers. No one ever calls them double pluggers, John. They're just called flip flops.
Jerry Hagar 419 fishing.
If anyone else has any
Welcome in.
ideas on the subject,
Hog Lakes, do you have any pictures of people actually holding fish or
I
weighing
haven't
fish?
transferred all my pictures over yet off my drive. So, unfortunately, no, I don't.
22 is delightful, Miss Fluff and Stuff.
I've gotten pictures from people, and some I agree with the way they hold them, and some I don't. When I get those pictures transferred to this computer, I'll show them.
I think the one I flicked to Melissa, there was one picture of Jody, and we've all seen it. It's the one where she's got the double cats on her arms. And I remember someone bringing up that picture for me as a point of like, well, she does it too. And I just before you look at the picture, you can tell that she's supporting the fish because in one of the fish, like you can see that her arms out, the head's on the chest, but then the belly and the upper back is supported on her arm. So I think Jody is probably one of the few people I've seen where even though they've had them over the shoulder, that fish is fully supported. It's only the back half of the tail that has kind of just free motion.
Well, Jody can lift fish like that. Butterflies can't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Still holding it wrong because the slime comes on. Someone will have to explain that to me.
Let's see.
The slime comes off.
Yeah. Remember, it was all over your
There.
sweatshirt.
Yeah, but Melissa's saying but she's still holding it
Yeah.
wrong because the slime comes off.
Right.
So there's the picture of Jody holding it over the shoulder, but you can see her arm is up under that belly. So it's a lot more forward.
That's a big flathead, though. Trust me. No matter how you hold that, you can't.
And she's got one on the other side too.
Right.
But the guy next to Jody has his belly resting on his chest. So, but
Yeah, I don't like picture number 3 because he's under the gill plates.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And
When you hold big cats under the gill plates, what exactly are you holding on to?
his gill plate.
Yeah,
You see, he's got this.
Like somebody's squeezing your lung.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got it behind the gill plate on the collarbone, I would say.
Okay.
You know, fish don't
I
have.
saw that picture and I just thought saltwater fish, you can hold through the gill plate because you can get like right under and then you're just holding with the throat, which is where a lot of us hold them because they've got so many spines over here. It's like the safest place you can hold it. But at the same time, I'm still hesitant to hold them through the gill plate unless I'm going to dispatch them.
Right, right.
But when you're just showing off a fish like that, I can't imagine the strain on the neck, the upper spine to hold the weight of his body just from the gill plate.
The only one I would have anything against is number 3.
Yeah, me too.
What about number 2 though? Because that's over the shoulder. You can see all the back of that fish is not supported at all.
Yeah, but if you see, he's got his belly laying on his chest because he's such a little guy. And then the fact that he's holding with 2 hands in the mouth.
Does it then become a question of how you hold them depends on how strong enough like you are to support them? If you're a little guy and that hold becomes questionable.
You see that the muscles on that dude. Now this is getting into a different thing, but you see the muscles on that dude, and that dude is holding that catfish. But now you see pictures also of like that, and like they're not straining at all, and that's to me that looks more Photoshop. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Which one do you think
Good
looks
evening.
better, Chuck?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Good evening, Hogleg.
Good evening,
Hey.
Joshua.
All proper photos. Good
Hey,
morning.
Josh.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, Chris brought up a good point. If the gill plates are damaged, they can't breathe. There's no point.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the muscles.
Girls are going wild.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out. That fat boy Eric says number 3 is the only bad one. Welcome in, fat boy Eric. Fat boy has got some lines, rigs named after him.
Yeah, we have one, don't we?
Yeah,
Oh,
but Kevin,
yeah.
Unlimited Pets made mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you can't hold the weight of the fish that you've just brought in,
Uh-huh.
which way should you hold them?
I would say don't even pick it up if you can't pick it up. That's just my opinion. Take a picture of it on the floor or on the ground and then put it back in order.
Right. Or like what we do, I sit on the bench and he gives me the fish and I hold it and it's supported not
All the
just
way across her lap and
by
both
me, but
arms.
by the bench.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
a good way to hold it. If you
Right.
got somebody there to help you get
right.
it
Yeah.
up.
Because she'll never pick that fish up on her own, that's for sure.
Welcome in, Skipjack Cindy.
Cindy, how you doing this
Hey,
evening?
Cindy, darling.
Gray Wolf Outdoors, how you doing, Skip?
Leave it on the floor and take your photo. Yep.
Yeah.
If
Not a
you
lot
got,
of people
got
do that.
nobody, huh?
Not a lot of people just allow the fish to just be on the floor for their photos. They tend to always try and hoik it up.
Yeah. Nine times out of 10, that's the only way that you can get a picture of that fish, because you're by yourself. You know,
Right.
if you got somebody, get that somebody to help you pick him up and put him on your lap.
Well, I can see why a lot of people want to have the fish picture taken with them because, like you and I know, I'm this tall, she's this tall. So going by how big the fish is to me compared to Linda, you can get a gist of how big the fish actually was.
Right. Right.
That's why they do that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Fluff, they all go back. I don't know anyone that eats them that big.
no, not around here.
Says that.
John. No one ever does it that way.
Hey, I got a picture of me with my 53-pound flathead on the ground with me standing over him. And you can see my hog leg on my side and everything. It with my foot on his head.
What about getting beat up in a live well? That's a good point. If you're doing a tournament and you have to take them in for weighing, obviously they come in live and then they get released afterwards. What does a live well do to them?
John, you ain't right.
A live well is actually better for them than someone putting it on a stringer and hanging it over the side of the boat and then pulling the fish in the boat to run back to the weigh station
Yeah.
out of the water. So if you have a live well, that's fantastic. But my boat doesn't have one. I know a lot of the tournaments they have up here, the guys don't have live wells in their boat at all, and they put them on a stringer.
Yeah.
So they're letting it hang off the side of the boat until they're done fishing. Then they pull the fish back into the boat, which they're very hardy fish, but you know, you don't want to leave them out of water for a long time.
It's just added stress.
Right.
Excuse me, let me cut in here for a minute. And I'm going to go totally off subject again. You see that blue light on the wall back there behind Ed? And
Get my hat.
it is her hat. She's got a little light on.
It's the light from the hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when she turns her head, you see that little blue
It moves.
light moving around. Yep.
But
Yeah.
if it's distracting anybody, just say something. I'll turn the light off.
No, Chris brings up most serious tournament guys pump pure oxygen into the live well. It helps the fish.
What's it do? Calm them down?
It gives them oxygen. You know, it just helps their oxygen in the water.
Good evening, Jeff Beal.
Hey, Backlash, welcome in.
Welcome in, Backlash.
Grey Wolf said, pulling a fish on a stringer like that, in his opinion, it's gone, forces the water through the fish in a dangerous way.
He said he was going to say something in chat and then go fishing planet.
Does that force? I don't know how to word my sentence. If you're pulling the fish along the side of the boat as you're coming into dock, is it going to force? I don't feel like it would force water over their lungs to an excessive amount.
Number one, I got a big net, a huge net. I could fit probably 240-pounders in it. That's what I use, the net, and I just take my time going to either to the bank or to the dock. I don't put anything in their gills. Welcome in, Dale Hayslip.
Dale, how you doing?
He's wishing everyone a great and safe weekend.
Thank you. Back at you.
Now,
Main thing, stay safe. Watch out for those fireworks.
Yeah.
a totally different subject.
There he is, right there.
Stalking in the background. Do you two want to tell us about this awesome giveaway we heard about the other day?
Sure. What we're doing for next week, because the weather is going to be really bad here, I showed everybody pictures of the river as of yesterday, and that was the reason why I couldn't get the boat on the river. Next week, starting Tuesday, we're supposed to get a lot more rain into Wednesday, which is going to make the river even worse than what it is right now. So I've been promising everybody that's subscribed to my channel that I'm going to have a mega giveaway at 500 subscribers. Well, I'm over 500 subscribers and everybody's wondering where the giveaway's at. And I don't blame you, you know what I mean? I promised it. So I told them the first bad day that we're going to have, I will have this. Well, luckily for us, we had 2 weeks back to back, this week and next week, of bad weather. So it's prime time. So I give 1 week notice to everybody that I can about this mega giveaway and how to get in on it. and the prizes that we're giving away. With that being said, next week our show starts at 12 midnight on Wednesday night, which is actually Thursday morning.
Like
And
always.
we usually run till 4 o'clock. Next week we'll be running till 5 o'clock because from 12 to 1, I'm giving everybody a chance to get in the room. As soon as we see their name, a ticket goes into a ticket with your name on it goes into this container. And this container will be constantly shaken all night long. And I'm not pulling any tickets. So you have to blame butterflies if you don't like what you got. that was my way of getting out of that. But I have
I have big shoulders.
I have my itinerary right here as to when each drawing is going to be. So the first one you see is at 1 o'clock. The second one is at 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, and so on and so forth until we finish them up, which will be right at 4:30 is the last drawing. And from 4:30 to 5, that gives us the opportunity to say our goodbyes and thank you for participating. Now, as far as the giveaways go, you have to be subscribed to my channel in order to get in because it will be subscribers only mode. So you have one whole week if you want to get in it. And we got some great prizes. If you look at the board behind me, we have the first drawing is the combo. The second drawing is a rod. The third drawing is a reel. The fourth drawing is another rod. The fifth drawing is another combo. The sixth drawing is a reel. The seventh drawing is a rod. And the eighth drawing is another reel. So we're giving away 3 reels and 3 rods. The rods are going to be the Hellcat rods, the same ones that you see on my boat. They're a 7-6 foot, medium heavy. Now, if you win one, you have your choice. You get the spinning version, which I also have. I have 3 for the bank, and I have 6 that are on my boat for the casting. So they're the same rods, but I love them. And everybody asks me, how do you get them rods to glow so good? Well, I have black lights on my boat, and with the neon paint job,
Gotcha, Grey Wolf.
they really pop. So, and as far as the reels go, I went with the Ancient Mariner. What was the name of those? The 6000 series.
It starts with an S.
Yeah. Anyway, I went with them because they have a lifetime warranty. They're the only reel company that offers a lifetime warranty on their reels. So, with that being said, if you have a problem with that reel, send it back to them. They'll either fix it or replace it. I don't use them on my boat only because the reels that I have, I paid like 300 and some dollars a piece for them, the Shimanos that they don't even make anymore, but they're still lasting, I mean, beautifully. Now, if I have to replace my reels, I'm going to go with the Ancient Mariners because when I was down in Virginia with Jeff Beal and we were fishing with Team Snag and Whiskers, both Sean and Dustin, they have them on their boat. So we had to use them firsthand. They let us use their equipment and they cast smooth. They have a real nice drag on them. I mean, for the money, you can't beat those reels. Not at all. So if I'm going to replace my reels, it's going to be with those. And if anybody knows Dieter Melhorn, he's got every color on his boat. So again, if you win a reel from me, when you contact us, you have to let us know what color reel you want because it's going to go straight from the manufacturer right to your house. I'm not going to be the middleman. It's not coming to me, and then I got to ship them back out again. I might as well just pay the shipping one time. So that's the same thing with the rods. The rods are going to go right from the manufacturer right to your house. As far as the combo goes, it's a shirt, hat, and bait towel, 2 stickers. It's got butterfly sticker in it. It's got my sticker in it. Also, there's 2 other special prizes in that pack to make it equal to the rods and reels. And I will show them next week before we start the giveaway. So for the first hour, when you get in the room, I don't care if you just come in, say, hey, give us a thumbs up and go, your name will be put in that bin, and it stays in there for the duration of the show, because there's going to be 8 drawings. And once one is picked and that person wins, it's no longer back in that bucket. There's only one prize per person. So there's going to be 8 winners. So at the end of our show, I know a lot of people have to go to bed early, and I understand that. We're not holding that against you. Just come in at 12 o'clock, even if you have to set an alarm. Come in at 12 o'clock. Just say something in chat so we can get your name. Don't go in there and go lurking, because we don't know you're in there. You have to say something. Say, hey, hi, whatever. Give us just a thumbs up, whatever. And at the end of our show, you'll see this board will be filled up with all the winners' names over here. So you'll be able to go back in and watch it, after you get up or go to work and come home. You can watch the replay and you'll see exactly who won what, because we are not going to hunt you down because you won a prize. It's up to you, because you have to get in contact with us. You have to let us know what style rod you want if you win a rod, what color reel you want if you win a reel, and what your shirt size is if you win the combo. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair for everybody. This is just a gratitude from us to you for subscribing to our channel and getting us over the 500 mark. Because without you, there is no us. You know what I mean? So you want to take care of the people to take care of you. So that's why we're doing this.
That's right, dear. Okay. That,
So what was it we were talking about last night that we were going to mention tonight? Remember? You brought that up after we.
Oh, here's the one thing that Rhonda brought up last night, and I understand that. I always put my thumbnail out early, so people that see it like a day or two in advance can't go in there and say, hey, I'm here, and then leave and not come back. It has to be the day of the drawing. From 12 o'clock midnight on is when you can put your name in.
Right, we have to be live.
Yeah.
Well, not only for several reasons.
For one, when I put your name on this ticket, say this is your ticket. I put your name on this ticket. I'm going to go right up to the screen and show you your name. And then you're going to see me drop it into this container. So it's going to be in here for the duration of the show. Whether you have to go out and go to sleep, totally understandable. But it's for my subscribers only. So anybody that's not subscribed, they can't even, well, they could probably get in a room, but they can't say anything in chat because they're not subscribed. So if you know a friend or a family member that wants to get in on this drawing, there's some nice prizes, I'm telling you. Just have them subscribe to my channel so it's in effect before the show next week.
And the other
Welcome in, barbecue. 992 barbecue. Welcome in.
man.
And the other thing is, sometime if people get in the chat too early, like sometimes once he puts the thumbnail up, they might be in the day before, or the show don't start until midnight. They come in at 7 o'clock and they say good evening. Well, sometimes it's there, and then sometimes when we go in, that chat is not there.
Right.
So we don't want people thinking they got their name in for a drawing and they really doesn't have their name in for a drawing.
That's
Because
exactly.
if we don't see the name, we're not going to be writing a ticket for it.
So next Wednesday night at 12 midnight, which is actually Thursday morning, that's when we start taking names and putting them into the jug. And at 1 o'clock, that will be the first drawing. So if you want to get in on all 8, you know what I mean, and have a better chance of winning, That's what you'll want to do is get in there before the first hour. I don't care if you just set the alarm, come in, say hi, give a thumbs up, and go to bed. I understand completely.
You don't even have to give a thumbs up. Just say hi.
Well,
We'll get
they
your
don't
name.
even have to say hi. They could just put a
We'll get your name.
thumbnail in there,
Yeah.
the thumb, and
Yeah.
we'll have their name.
Yeah.
And there's 3 of us going to be checking for the names. So I got Rhonda, who everybody knows is one of my moderators, and I have Miss Linda here, which is another one of my moderators, and then you have me. So I'll probably be writing the names down, so they'll be keeping a list, both of them, as to who's in here. And the way we got it scheduled, there's no way you can have 2 names in that bucket. Your name, you know what I mean? Unless you got several accounts and you come in on all of them, that's totally different. That's on you. We have nothing to do with that. But anybody to subscribe to me, they'll have the name in there, and it'll be in there once and once only.
You know, when you put on subscriber mode, is there different time slots? Because I know some people put it on and you only have to be a subscriber for like a minute. And then there's others where you can have it for longer. Are you just going to have a normal subscriber mode, or are you going to have a longer one?
It's going to be 40 minutes, so you'll miss out on that first one if you're going to wait.
Right. Well, it's the longest one that.
But I'm giving everybody a week's notice, so
Yeah.
there's no reason to be late. If you're late for a week, you're going to be late to your own funeral.
Well, man.
If when we go in to put it on, we went in and checked it out, and the maximum was the 40-minute thing. But if it can be longer, we will make it at least a day.
Yeah.
Um,
Just to make it fair for everybody that's already subscribed to my channel. And then you don't have these last minute people that want to come in on that day of because they heard about it. That's why we're doing that. So if we can make it last the whole day, we'll do that.
Right.
That's why I asked. I didn't want people missing out because they've been long-term supporters of you over someone that just went, oh, there's a giveaway, I'll jump in.
But
Right.
I was very lucky. I have a sponsor that's buying the rods and reels for me.
Yeah.
He does a lot of charity work. And what's his
New generation.
New Generation Racing? He works with youths,
Yeah.
meaning young kids, and they
Next
race motorcycles.
Next Generation Youth Racing.
Yeah.
That's
so
the charity.
important.
That is the
Next
charity.
Generation Youth Racing.
Yeah.
That's his charity.
Right.
So he bought the 3 rods and the 3 reels. So kudos to him for helping us out.
Mhm.
And when I hit 1,000 subscribers, he's doing something really big, and we're still going over it because it's hard to believe because the man's willing to throw out $5,000.
It's not going to happen this year because there's too much involved with setting.
It won't be this year at all. It would definitely be next year, provided we get 1,000 subscribers before next year, so we could start it right at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Give everybody the opportunity. But yeah, it's like putting a carrot out in front of you. You can get it, but you're going to have to work for it. That's how he's got this figured out.
The name of the reel is the Albatross.
Yeah, the albatross reels. They're the ones we're getting. Yeah.
And
I like the red one. The red one is amazing.
Well, I know Rhonda has one. She's got the black one. I think that's pretty cool looking.
I don't know if they can see this.
It is Hog's birthday this weekend, Mr. 6th of July. Do we sing happy birthday now before the end of the show? I think so.
That's up to you.
I think so.
What do you think, honey?
Hogs?
Are you ready to handle this?
Oh, man.
There's fair, sir. Where's Panda? We need Panda. Where are you, Backlash? He can't delete Panda. That would be cruel.
Okay, y'all. Tune in to Team Snagging Whiskers right after this show. I think they'll be coming on with Dustin. I don't know if he's got a guest or not, but y'all be sure to tune in.
All right.
Happy birthday to Hogs. Happy birthday to Hogs. Happy
All right.
birthday to
Well,
Hogs.
you come on. Get
Happy
us all
birthday
started.
to
Let us
Hogs.
know when you're going to do this. So, ready, set.
Knock it in there. You can't delete it now. Ha ha ha.
You don't want any help? Too late. Happy birthday, Hoggy.
Happy birthday,
Wish
Hoglet.
you many,
Thank y'all.
many more.
Thank you.
Enjoy, have fun, be safe.
Mm-hmm. Be safe with your fireworks, people.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
well,
seen
we may
some
not
nasty-
even. We got a major downpour here today, so if anybody was set up for fireworks tonight, they may have.
They got a damper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably not happening.
Right.
thank everybody.
See, Dustin said, "Yep, everybody has to sing." So
Wait, I
Oh,
forgot.
Lord.
there you
I
go.
forgot.
Oh,
Hey,
you
Troy, what's going on, brother?
I forgot. It is your birthday, and I meant to tell you while we was backstage that I have already mailed your preparation H and your depends for your birthday present.
Oh, thank you, Troy. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Happy birthday.
Curtis just said, I hope it's not your used one, Troy. Jeez. These two have been fierce today. I don't know what happened to their friendship, but it's like, okay.
Welcome in, Dustin. Hey, you got your boat.
We're gonna do some boat maintenance tonight.
All right.
But I wanted to come in and sing happy
Hey,
birthday with everybody else since we did it with Sandy.
Oh,
I already sang, Dustin, you're late.
So who's starting this off?
I'll start it off. Ready?
Okay, ready.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hog Leg. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip.
Good
Hooray.
job, guys.
All
Good
right.
job.
Sandy, why'd you mute your camera?
Because I'm watching Odette outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a lame excuse.
Oh, Greg, I already sang to you on camera.
So, Dustin, what kind of maintenance you doing, brother?
Well, the last time I went out for Whiskers Gone Wild, I was pulling away from a dock and somebody was sitting there next to the dock. Oh, I'm full screen. I'm like, where'd everybody go? I was pulling out, and somebody was fishing right next to the boat ramp, and I got a bunch of braid wrapped up in my prop.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be pulling the prop off, and while I'm in there, I'll go ahead and change the lower unit oil.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we're
was gonna
back.
try to get the line out of the prop for the trolling motor too, but I can't get that nut so rusted on. I've got to keep playing with it and try to get that off.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all go over there to watch Dustin.
Yeah.
It'll be my first vertical live.
I hope he doesn't strip the nut.
I thought you said you were going fishing.
I might bust it.
Oh Lord! Now you
Did you say
now
you
you
were going,
talking more money.
Dustin?
What's that?
Dustin, did you say you were going fishing?
No.
Oh.
Not tonight. Just working on the boat.
All right. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight, and
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us up.
no problem. You gave
Great
some
show,
good
y'all.
advice, and you might have helped somebody out, save a fish's life. And just remember, tell somebody you love them today because it'll help you out, and the doggone sure help them out. And always look up. Don't forget to look up because you know who's looking down.